Howdy folks, welcome back to Satisfactory with Big CheeZ, episode 10. Yeah, I know, I didn't expect to get this much out of an early access building game either, to be fair with you, but it's doing really well, and I'm so happy that things are working out well for this game. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, please drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, today guys, we are going to be getting into stuff. I know, this looks fairly familiar to what you saw last time, okay? But not for long, okay? I'm just going to start tearing it down. Do you know why? Because we have things we have to work on, okay? So, what did we say we were going to do last episode, guys? That's right. We are going to fly like an eagle, yeah! We're going to end up flying by the end of this episode. Flying properly. Not just falling off the tower, the radio tower, and dying, okay? Flying properly, not gliding, falling with style. I didn't even do a style. I'm tearing this all down, okay? So I need to get this tidied up. Now that we know how it works, now that we know we can do it and it is working fine, the base of it, these bits are going to stay the same. What I need to do is I need to get this to a place where I'm happy with it, how it looks. Because this looks ugly as hell as well, doesn't it? It does, right? Thank you, thank you. I wish you told me that sooner, but you know, fine, whatever. We don't need it to be as big as I've got it, okay, with all of these things, okay, we could probably reduce that down a hell of a lot, probably just to 2, if I'm honest with you. But it needs to be tidier, it needs to be set out a bit better, and it needs to produce fuel for our jetpack, okay? So that is my third thing I'm going to be working on. Second thing that we're going to be doing this episode is we're going to be building one hell of a chunking shelf, okay, right over our factory, okay, because I know I said about the supercomputer thing and doing a training system to the supercomputer, but first thing we need is the actual computer, okay? You can't have super without computer. You can't have supercomputer without computer. That's what I meant, yeah. So I'm going to be planning on building a big ass shelf right across this, okay? Because most of the parts for building the computer I already have in vast quantities I don't use anymore, okay? Like screws, they don't get used. So rather than building a big F-off facility somewhere else and waste a hell of a lot of materials, which I'm pretty sure I'm running out of a little bit, at least anything nearby anyway, we're going to build it just over the top of our storage modules, okay? That way we can whack in some elevators, okay? Make it look nice and pretty, and just straight up to the top. Just straight up to the top, and then we'll get straight into our constructors and our manufacturer. That's what we're going to do, okay? Now I'm hoping to get on to kind of make a bigger facility up there so that it kind of makes the computer chips, the computers, the AI units, the restrictors, all sorts of stuff. But to be fair, this might take a little while to just get the computer chips and the computers done, okay? So we're going to see how that goes. This episode might be a little bit short, but it's going to be long as one for me either way, okay? So, you know, sympathy, please. But it's so that I can plan things out better, it's so I can, you know, do this with you guys, show you how, you know, I kind of do things. So, you know, it helps you guys out if you're playing this at home, okay? But you're going to join back in once we've kind of worked out what we're doing with this, okay? Awesome. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Super CheeZ! Yeah guys, I'm flying! Super CheeZ is flying. Here's my little cheesemobile. Check it out guys. Have you ever wondered how many clowns you can fit in a clown car? Well, if it's Big CheeZ, it's just one, okay? Well, check it out. We have the little clown car. It's yellow, it's perfect, it's wonderful. We have all sorts of stuff and things going. Alright, I'm going to guide you through this stuff. I'm getting way too excited. Okay, I can fly! I can fly! He can fly! I can fly! Right. Yes, I have lots of things that have happened, okay? So, number one, yes, we have a jetpack, we have fuel for the jetpack, thanks to these containers. I shall walk you through in 2 seconds, alright? We have plastic and rubber sorted out now, okay? So it's filtering into these 6 chunky containers, okay? Plastic has already filled up 2 and is on the way for a 3rd. Rubber has done 3 and is pretty much on the way, well, done on the 4th as well. Rubber I had quite a lot of beforehand, okay? We used quite a lot of plastic to set some things up over here. So we had quite a lot of rubber spare compared to plastic, but that's done, okay? So 4 of our refiners are sorting out those, an actual surplus of them. 1 of our refiners is sorting out plastic for our fuel, okay? So really nicely sorted, okay? Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? How are you guys doing, by the way? I know, sorry, I haven't really done much of an introduction on this one. I hope you're doing alright. I hope, you know, you're not too disappointed with how things kind of turned out from, you know, Sunday, Monday, with things easing or not really easing, or being very up in the air still, very confusing. But you know what, we're still getting through, guys. You're still doing amazing out there. You're staying aside, you're doing what you're supposed to do, you know, keeping distancing. Everyone is doing such a good job with it. And you know what, I've seen so many people that are doing fantastic things with it, keeping the social distancing and still doing some really fun stuff. One of my friends from when I owned a vintage shop, she's a swing out swing dancer. Well, that's the name of the thing. They do loads of different retro vintage dances, and they're doing videos now while respecting the social distancing, so it's fantastic. Even that's still going on. Amazing, great. So it's really impressive how many people are really still coming up with new ways of doing stuff, even with social distancing. But, right, what were you doing, okay? Because I'm the only person on this planet. I don't have to do social distancing. Sorry, it's just dawned on me, my bad. What I do want to do though, is if people do want to join this game with me, I was thinking of setting up like a really weird racetrack course, and we just all have CheeZ mobiles each. We'd say like sort out some sort of triathlon, because there's like 4 different vehicles now, and we could probably condense that down. We could pick out 3, I don't know. We can see how things work, alright? If you want to, come join in. We'll do a server together. We'll do a whole map together. We'll make up a new factory all together. And we'll see what we can make for a big CheeZ factory, okay? Let me know in the comments, alright? Anyway, what have we done for fuel? Okay, so our constructor is taking the plastic, it's turning it into NT canisters, okay? We have got one refiner down here that's producing plastic into it already. That refiner is also producing heavy oil residue, okay? That heavy oil residue is going into this refiner, being turned into fuel. That one is going into this one, and then being turned into fuel that we can use for our jetpacks, okay? We do now have this condensed down up here heavily, okay? So rather than having, I think, 7, I had 7 of these big orbs, now we've got 2, okay? We don't really need more than that. It's not really, it's still taking a long time to fill this thing up, but it's getting there, okay? These are going to get filled up. It's turning into fuel in these 2, which is then filtering down to these 2. Okay, those 2 are producing power quite nicely. Okay, I think they're producing like 250 each now, so it's all sorted. It's all good things. Okay, we've accomplished quite a lot there. Okay, this dam looks very tidy, very nice and organized. Okay, it means we can do stuff here later on if we can use rubber properly. I've turned that, by the way, in a bit more future armory kind of roller coaster thing. I like it that it's kind of pointed down. It's just like you walk into it and that's kind of nice, and it negates the chance of me walking into it by accident then, which is also very handy for me because I'm a dingus. But you know, that happens. Okay, so what else have we done? Okay, up there, like I said on the last episode, I had a motor system working. Okay, now that is done properly, that's connected up properly. We have some stators going into an assembler, and we have some rotors going into that without losing out on the ones that we wanted as surplus. Okay, so I was doing this earlier as well. It's like, look, it's like the truck took a crap. That's what it's like, okay? It's just so tiny compared to that. I mean, that's my cabin in there, okay? And that is like, what, twice the size of that, and yet somehow I still fit in that. I mean, in there I must be like lounging like a god or something. I don't know. But yeah, okay, we've got this. I should show you this, okay? This is our big ass shelf, okay? Now, this shelf is where we are going to work on our computer stuff, okay? This is the motor system I was talking about. Okay, it takes time, but we've already got a fair few motors in there already. Yeah, we got 120, so it's pretty good going for that, alright? That tower is kind of useless now, but, especially to be fair, it's got that one. I know, end of last episode. That was my less than heroic ending, falling off that, because I was a dingus. This episode shall not be the same, okay? This time I will get up on that and you shall see all the lands that fall under my kingdom. Hopefully. I'll say this now, hopefully. Okay, what am I thinking up here then, guys? Okay, so I have a plan, alright? As I said, we're going to make this so that it's kind of feeding off the resources, okay? I don't think I've expanded this out far enough yet, have I? No, it's not quite far enough yet. I think I need to come out another 4, right? Is that about right? Yeah, that's about right. Okay, perfect. So what I'm planning on doing is this second level, for now it's just going to be computers, but I can kind of see this being used for several different things, okay? For now it's going to be computer chips and the computers. It is later on going to be used for the AI limiters and stuff like that. But for right now, it's just going to be the computers, okay? Because the other ones I'm going to have to plan out a little bit differently. Because they all kind of feed off the same materials, unfortunately. They all feed off plastic to a large extent. And I need to kind of make this work just right. Is that the right one? Not really, no. That one? That's better, yeah. Is that better? Yeah, it's middle one, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I want to do. So, and I think this will look quite nice, actually. I think this will be quite a nice little addition. Yeah, okay. So, what I'm going to have to do other than do the elevators there, okay, is I need to bring a conveyor track right across here, okay? So it's going to feed all the way from our containers over there. They're still going to be our surplus ones, they're still going to be our extra ones, but where it's got the 2 openings, I think that means that basically they're like a splitter. I hope that's how it means. I haven't tested it fully yet, but I'm going to be testing it now. So I think it means that it will go through both bits if it can. Okay, and now where we've got like 4 basically containers underneath the little bridge, it's going to mean we've got at least 4 containers worth of rubber and plastic at any given time. That is plenty to me. That's more than we need. That's going to be fine for the future, okay? But anyway, we're going to feed these down, okay? They're going to come across here. They're going to then feed into 2 containers over here, okay? One of these I have plastic in already. There we go. Okay, so we're going to feed into this one and feed into the one next to it, okay? This is then going to come into the elevator that's going to come up here and feed into our constructor and our assembler, okay? Constructor needs to have plastic and copper sheets. Needs copper sheet. Oh no, assembler. Sorry. The assembler needs copper sheets and plastic in order to make the computer chips. And then we have the manufacturer. That's the one I was on about. Sorry. The manufacturer is going to take that, the computer chips. It's going to take plastic. It's going to take screws, and it's going to take cable. Okay. We'll take all 4 of those, and it'll combine them into one massive computer. Okay, we then have to do some extra work up here in terms of this. This is why I've made it so big. Is that I don't have to worry about space at all. Once we get into these 2 things, once they're sorted, then we can add in the AI chips and the limiter as well. Okay, but for now, we're going to work on this bit, get this sorted out, and get this working perfectly before we move on. Okay, awesome. Fly like an eagle. Gonna fly right into the future. Yeah, guys, it's so exciting. I needed an inhaler. Sorry, that was lame. I know. I've made so many. I've fallen off this so many times. I needed something to give me full health quickly, and this is fantastic. But what else? Okay, so as you can see, things are very colourful. Okay, now it's not finished. It's not done. Okay, and I've seen today someone has given me a suggestion for colour. Yellow, okay? Thank you somebody for giving me big cheesy yellow. I need that color in here. So this will all change, okay? But I need somebody else's one to replace the other one. So it's gonna be yellow where the blues are. The other one, somebody else's choice. Free choice on that one. I haven't seen it yet, but it's early days, okay? What else are we doing? Okay, I need to color the whole base as well. Okay, everything. Don't look at that. Ignore that for a second, okay? This is the track, okay? It's a long ass track, isn't it? Okay, it's taken on a lot of rods. Things that I didn't think I was using anymore, but thankfully we've got so much of that coming in that it's already fixed everything and we're back to full production now, okay? Plastic, as you can see, is being a bit of a pain in the ass, okay? Because that top one over there for rubber had so much in it, it's pretty much at a standstill most of the time. Plastic didn't have that problem, okay? It's getting there, it's doing fine, don't get me wrong, but we might have a problem with plastic eventually, okay? Right now we're fine, it is a stop still thing over here right now, but maybe in the future, I'm not sure, we'll see how it goes, okay? Now, you're wondering how the computer thing turned out. It turned out pretty great, okay? This looks fantastic. I'm just saying, this looks, and we're gonna have a look at that. We'll do down, okay. I was planning on actually using the hypertube, but fine, whatever. This looks quite nice, okay? Look at this. We've got our shelf, and we've got our jetpack, which I'm really happy about, okay? We've got our jetpack, we've got our shelf, okay? This now all feeds up here. Okay, so I'm really glad I did these. These were really helpful at the start, but now they're even more helpful now because it feeds things upwards. It's really good. I could have actually probably built this up a bit higher and we'd have extra resources for later on. But right now, it doesn't really need it, okay? The screws are constantly moving. They are something I'm a little bit worried about because they're not really moving up there. Once the computer kind of gets its things in there, it takes a lot of screws for it, it does stop. But for now, it is kind of steadily moving. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to lose out on that. Copper sheets, they are frozen, they are fine. It's not a big deal for those ones, okay? The rotors, that's always going to be an issue, always going to be an issue. But the rest of this stuff, it's all good, it's all Gucci, okay? Cables, again, it could be an issue. I'm not 100% sure on that, we'll see how that goes. But for now, our resources are holding steady, okay? Now, the computer system, okay? Check out the computer system, okay? Hypertube, yes please. Whee! It's a bit slower going up, I find. Okay, I put this rail there because it shoots me right out. Right, so I put some of this across, which is really, I like how it looks, I really do. Loads of plastic, like I said, loads of plastic is being used, okay? We've got 3 times now. 2 of these are going into assemblers, okay, because this uses 10 computer chips and I'm really not producing computer chips quick enough, but now I am, right? Plastic feeds into those 2, fantastic. Plastic feeds into this one, fantastic again. Like I said, cable, screws. Yeah, I'm really worried about how much this is going to be able to support, because it does stop, but once it's full, and it was full, it is staying full. Once it stops, it doesn't really stop down below. So we'll see how that goes. But right now we are producing computers, okay? These 2 are cranked up, I think, yeah. These 2 are cranked up to 3 shards. Oh, I should have 3 shards then. Have I got the shards on me? Nope, I'm gonna have to go grab those, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab those. Yeah, the plan is to get these both cranked up to 3 shards each. This is why I'm a bit worried about how much the resources are gonna really be able to take, okay? Once it does that though, it means that this will be able to cope with it just fine. It uses 25 per minute, and actually already it's kind of doing fine. I don't need to crank that one up, but I want to be able to crank this up. I want to be able to crank the manufacturer up, because so far I have only produced, how many have I produced? 25 computers, and that's not enough. All right, next episode we want to get into a lot of different stuff. All right, what are we getting into? We're getting into trains for starters. Okay, it takes 5 trains just to make 1 locomotive, and 8 for these and 2 for that, and I need a lot of this stuff. Okay, basically it's at least double, because I need to build a train station at both ends. All right, and we're going to need to build one up here to take the computers down. We're going to need to build probably 3 or 4 of the freight ones. So that's double again, so 8, so 16, because it's 2 computers each, plus the, what was it, 6. So we're talking a lot of computers on this stuff, just to make the supercomputer stuff work properly. Because as you can see from this, if I get it right, my timing still is getting better. It's just not perfect. 2 computers, okay, that's not so bad, okay. But it's the computer chips that are really going to be the problem, because the computer chips have to be used for this as well. Right, which means I need to put one of those assemblers on a splitter, which is why I want to have one of them cranked up to 3. So the plastic is going to be an issue, all right? And again, cable is being used for that too, and I don't even know if cable is able to kind of really cope with things now. What I might have to do is crank that up too, because wire isn't really being used, okay? Wire is backed up, and it stacks in 500, so I'm not really going to use that for a long time. So I can potentially put that all into cable, okay? This one, quick wire, and quick wire, great, okay. It's all of this stuff just uses so much of the same resource. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare to kind of manage out and really plan it in properly. But once we have all that, most of that is going to be built up there, okay. Supercomputer, I might branch off a little bit further and do that somewhere else, just so that we have an excuse to use the train, okay. Because I kind of think that the train might not be so helpful, okay. If we can budget things out here just right, then we might be able to build all of this stuff up on this shelf. Okay, which is, this is going to be our kind of like version of, you know, Microsoft starting in the shed. Okay, all of this stuff can quite easily fit, but this is why I've done this so big, is because I know that I'm going to have to use some of this stuff for later on. I know computer chips are going to be useful for a few other things. This is just, you know, planning ahead. I know I'm getting better. I must be getting better. But you know, over the required is really not happening so much anymore, okay? The basic resources, they are going to go down. They are probably going to get used up quite a lot. We're going to have to see how it goes, all right? But it's totally worth it when you get a view like this, right? This is on top of the radio tower that killed us last time. It has 1 fatality. It will not have another, because the jetpack is so useful, all right? When we get to the top of that ladder that we died on last time, there's another ladder, okay? And there's another ladder after that. All of which gives you a pretty crappy view. Well, actually no, it's a pretty good view, but only that direction. Okay, if you have the jetpack, you can come up here and you get everywhere. You get all directions, not just one, right? Which is pretty great, to be fair with you. I mean, I want to keep building up, so eventually I can get on top of that thing. If I can get on top of that thing, it might just glitch me right through, but I'm going to try it anyway, right? Right, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of this episode, okay? I know it's been a bit of a short one, and I hope you can forgive me for that. This has kind of just been 3 parts of, you know, how's it going, jetpack, computer system, and Josh conquers the radio tower that managed to kill him last time, the innate object. Fantastic, way to go, CheeZ! I know, okay. Sorry about that. I am seeing from up here though that once this place is coloured in, I think it's going to look cool as hell. What I am thinking though is maybe we need to have like, Maybe we have like one constant color, and every area it will change the other color. So like big cheesy yellow will be the constant color, and then we do like blue on maybe the power section, maybe. What would be, yeah, maybe. And then pink will be the other section, and stuff like that. What other colors you guys suggest will be the other colors, and then we just keep changing it. I think it'd look nice, don't you? Maybe, we'll see. But as we said, guys, over here, this is why it's so big. We'll have a space for our AI chips, we'll have a space for our limiters and stuff like that. And that will filter into the supercomputer that I think I'm going to build over there. Just so it has its own kind of like base. I think it deserves it, don't you? Like one, it'll be a big block. I think it'll be like 10 high. Because these are kind of small, aren't they? They're kind of small. It'll be huge, just so we know that's the place that's supercomputers. Don't go near it. Like government facility. Pff, come near and you'll be shot. But yeah, I think that's what we do. What do you think? Thanks, guys. Awesome. Great idea. In the meantime, guys, just keep being nice out there, okay? You are doing fantastic with things right now. We are all getting through this one day at a time. Just keep supporting each other, okay? I have been Big CheeZ. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Satisfactory, even though it's been a bit shorter. I have more for you guys planned up. I just got to get things worked out on exactly how I do it. Shouldn't take me too long, okay? I have been Big CheeZ, guys. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, and keep coming back. I will see you next time. Bye.